Welcome back to Lesson 13, Part 2b. In this section, we will discuss further usages and rules concerning the sentence complements en and enna. This video was brought to you by the Critical Language Service. To learn more about our Arabic courses taught via telepresence and Skype for homeschools, high schools, and colleges, visit our website at www.criticallanguageservice.com.
In formal Arabic, أن behaves like another conjugation that you have learned. لأن, because. In that, it must be followed by a noun or attached pronoun, heading a جملة اسمية, nominal phrase. In fact, لأن consists of لي plus أن. I'm sure you caught up on that. لي plus أن, لأن, because. So you already know the pronoun suffixes. So again, we said أن must be followed by a noun or attached pronoun. Let's see how أن works with attached pronouns. So attached pronouns are pronouns like أنا, أنت, أنتي, but with a form that can be attached to a particle. So أنا becomes أني, I, أنك, أنكي, for you, feminine and masculine. أنه, he or she, هو. أنها, هي. أننا, نحن, and أنكم for أنتم. Okay, let's look back at the examples that we saw before. So تذكرت أنهم لن يكونوا في البيت اليوم. This one is pretty straightforward. It's أن plus the attached pronoun هم. Another example is الطقس مثلج وهذا يعني أننا سنتأخر. So نا refers to نحن and it's the attached pronoun for نحن. أن نا. علمت المديرة أنك ما انتهيت من كتابة التقرير. So أنك, I should have paid attention to the حركات. This because we have a كسرة at the end. So it means it's a feminine. أنك, you, feminine. Another example is أظن أنهم استقروا في حياتهم, same as before. هم is the home pronoun, subject pronoun. And now for spoken Arabic. So the conjunction إنه, also spelled إنه and pronounced إنه or إنه, is used often as a fixed word and pronouns do not have to be attached. قال إنه بيحب شغله ومش عايز يلاقي شغل جديد. قال إنه بيحب شغله ومش عايز يلاقي شغل جديد. He said that he likes his job and he doesn't want to look for a new job. قال إنه دايما بحس إني مش هخلص الشغل قبل الميعاد وهفشل. We all got this feeling. I always feel like I'm never going to finish my job before deadline and I will fail miserably. I added the miserably, but you know what I mean. So إني بحس إني. And the last example, عرفتوا إن زميلنا هيتجوز ويستقر أخيرا. Have you heard or have you learned that our colleague is going to get married and settle finally in? So as you can see, it doesn't have to be attached. We didn't say إنه or إنه. إن زميلنا. Okay, warning. Do not confuse أن with the particle N. First of all, they have different vowelings, obviously, and we use them in different contexts with different following nouns or verbs. Okay, now that I brought it bigger, you can see the different vowelings. N has sukun on it, obviously, and أن has a shadda and a fatha. You have no reason to be confused. So with أن, we can have a sentence like شعر أن. Let me vowel it for you. أن تعلم اللغة سهل. And here I mean the Arabic language, but you just have to trust me on it. شعر أن تعلم اللغة سهل. As you can see, تعلم is a masdar, so أن is followed by جملة اسمية, and جملة اسمية is a جملة that starts with a noun. مصدر is a noun, so شعر أن تعلم اللغة العربية سهل. أن is followed by a noun, جملة اسمية. With أن we can say أراد أن يتعلم اللغة العربية. So, first of all, you know which one is this? N. So, and it links a verb, a main verb like أراد to a dependent verb يتعلم, and links main verb to a dependent verb, and this is a verb, so it's a verbal sentence. So whatever comes after n is a verb, unlike أن noun and verb. تعلم, let me just make this clear here. تعلم ضمة, it's a masdar, so it's a noun, whereas يتعلم is a verb. أن is linking أراد, which is a main verb, to يتعلم, a dependent verb. Again, أن links أراد to يتعلم, because أن is the link between the main verb and dependent verb. أن is followed by a verb, and أن is followed by a noun. The difference between أن and أن parallels the English distinction between that and to in sentences like I thought that he was better and I refused to visit him. So if I am to translate I thought that he was better, I would use أن. I would say ظننت أنه شخص أطيب. أنه شخص أطيب. So this one is أن ظننت أنه شخص. Oops, I forgot to dot that. شخص أطيب. I thought that he was a better person. Here I would use أن, and as you know, because أن is followed by جملة اسمية and it can be attached to a subject. Here it's an object pronoun, attached pronoun, أنه. And for I refuse to visit him, أرفض أن أزوره. So, well, if you eliminate, you will know that this is أنه, أن. So, أرفض أن أزوره. So, here, أن is followed by a verb, أزور. هو أزوره, I go to him. And so that's the difference like between that and to. They don't have the same meaning. One is usually followed by a جملة اسمية and the other by جملة فعلية. So, as you can see, just because they look the same doesn't mean that you can use them interchangeably, and that goes for English as well. So, you cannot change that with to. In English, in Arabic, you cannot change n with أن. You cannot say ظننت أن. I cannot even say it because أن requires a verb afterwards. أن, noun, and verb. Finally, remember that in print, أن will usually not carry the shad. So, what that means is which means that they won't have any vowels. What will you do when you don't have your trusty vowels to tell you which is which? You will look at the verb or the noun that comes after n, ne, or n. They look the same, but whatever comes afterward gives you a hint. Huge. It's not a hint, it's like yelling the answer at you as to what it is. And since these two particles are used and pronounced differently, you have to know which verb takes which. So, I mean, the verbs that come before n or n, because n and n follow verbs. Whatever comes after them is different, but before they both have verbs. So as I said, it's important that if you have no vowels on the alif noon particle n or anna, to pay attention to whatever comes afterward. If it's جملة اسمية, then you use anna. If it's جملة فعلية, use n. So it's a good idea to memorize anna or n as a unit with verbs that take one or the other, as you would do with prepositions. The following list contains verbs you have learned so far that take either n or anna. Okay, now let's look at verbs that take n. Remember, n is followed by جملة فعلية, kind of the equivalent of to in English. So n, the verbs that take n before, it's أراد أن, he wanted to, استطاع أن, رغب في أن, he wanted to, رفض أن, he refused to, يحب أن, he loves to, قرر أن, he decided to, شجع على أن, he encouraged us to do something. شجعنا على, يمكن أن, and it is possible to do something. And for أن, you know, it should be followed by جملة اسمية, just like that. أن. So ظن أن, he thought that. عرف أن, he knew that. قرأ أن, he read that. علم بأن, علم أن, he knew that. It's like عرف. شعر بأن, he felt that. تذكر أن, he remembered that. كتب أن, he wrote that. فهم أن, he understood that. هذا يعني أن, this means that. And these all these verbs take take أن as a particle.
If you found this lesson useful, please let us know. We value your input, and we will use it to help make our lessons better for the future.